Hi guys, it's Marshall here with this week's Sanity Check. And this week we're talking about excuses. Now we've got excuses for just about everything in our lives. Excuses about why we can do something, why we can't do that thing, why this will happen and this other thing won't happen, those kind of things. And that's what I'm really targeting here. So what excuse are you using to prevent you from taking on the action necessary to get your dream? It's that simple. So that's what I want you to check in with this week. What excuse am I using to prevent myself from doing what's necessary to get what I want? So it's about a little more honesty with ourselves, because excuses are an extension of the story that we feed ourselves about why the world is the way it is, why it does what it does, and why we've experienced what we have. Now, those stories aren't really real. They're, especially if they're globalized. So if I have an experience, like for instance, when I was in 3rd grade, there's a girl I had a huge crush on. I wrote her a love note, and then when she found it, she proceeded to mock me publicly about it. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. You know, it kind of crushed my confidence with girls. And what I did is I took that event and I extrapolated it. I applied it to everything. I call that globalization, where one instance becomes all instances. It's just everything's this way. When I began to wrestle with that story, I began to see how I had pigeonholed every woman I was attracted to into being Melissa. That wasn't nice. These aren't 3rd grade girls. Yes, some of them rejected me, some of them didn't. But they were for different reasons and for more mature reasons. And even if they had mocked or humiliated or attempted to humiliate me, I still had more power in my life now than I did then to deal with that. So that's the kind of excuse I want you to check in with yourself. What am I really using to prevent me from getting what I want? What story am I telling? What is the excuse here that I use to keep myself stuck? That's what I want you to check in with this week, okay? Let me know what you find. Share in the comments below, or share in Approval Junkie No More, or join me in my master community in Badass You, where you can begin to proactively work on these issues and actually grow out of them, evolve out of them, change that story into one that's more accurate, one that contains courage and valor and positive experience of finding out, hey, yeah, I am worth it. I've got a lot to offer. I can have the relationship I want. I can have the business I want. I can have the career I dream of. I can build a lifestyle that's deliberately designed for what I want in my life. So, the links are below. I want to also encourage you to share this video with people you know that can benefit from it. And lastly, just check in with what your excuses are, see what those are, and then do the opposite of that excuse. Take courage to do the scary thing. So, like for instance, if I wanted to deal with the Melissa thing, I'd go out and ask a woman I was attracted to on a date. That's the opposite thing. See? Simple. So that's this week's challenge. Let me know how that works for you, and we'll talk next week. Thank you guys for being a part of my tribe and for allowing me to contribute to your world. You guys have a great week. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.